Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, and welcome to A Fine Time for Healing, a sanctuary for your emotional well-being. Your host is Randi Fine, author of the memoir Finally and the inspirational self-help book Awaken from Life. Now, here's Randi.
Thank you for tuning in today to listen to A Fine Time for Healing. I am your talk radio show host, Randi Fine. Well, this is a series, and I've been talking about narcissistic personality disorder. I've covered many different things. Now I'm talking about being the adult child of a narcissistic parent. As adult children of narcissistic parents, we have a right to progress, grow, and thrive in our lives. We have a right to love and honor ourselves. We have a right to have psychological freedom and inner peace. It is time to make a conscious decision to heal this problem once and for all. It's time for us to heal. We must choose to take care of ourselves. As long as we allow our parents to keep a toxic hold on us, none of those rights will be attainable. In episode 1 of this 6-part series on narcissistic personality disorder, I gave an overview of what narcissistic personality disorder is, and I explained the traits and characteristics of someone who has it. In episode 2, I discussed the many facets of narcissistic personality disorder and explained the dynamics of parent-child abuse. In episode 3, I talked about the narcissistic family portrait, the roles assigned to the children, the feelings of the children, and what it is like to be an adult child of a narcissistic parent. Today is episode 4 of this series. I'll be talking about strategies for dealing with the narcissistic parent, and then I will move on to a discussion about narcissistic mothers. I will not be taking calls for any of the first 5 episodes because I have so much to cover. But on Tuesday, May 7th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will open the entire show to callers. As an adult dealing with a narcissistic parent, normal rules do not apply. Confrontations do not work. Reasoning does not work. Standing up to them does not work. And family counseling does not work. Our feelings will never be validated. The parent will never admit that they have done anything to hurt us, and they will never admit they have done anything wrong. And if our other parent is an enabler, they are useless to us as well. That parent will defend his partner to the death, even if it means sacrificing his relationships with his children. That leaves us with only 2 options for dealing with our parents: measured contact or total estrangement. Measured contact means having limited interactions with the narcissistic parent. Psychological boundaries must be set up and enforced so tightly that the narcissistic parent is afraid to cross the line. Setting boundaries with a parent who doesn't want them is very difficult, but it can be done. They will fight you with everything they have to keep you from doing it. But if you keep enforcing what you say you will do, they will have to eventually comply if they want to have a relationship with you. Still, it requires toughness and tenacity to keep them in line. They will continue to test you to see how far they can go. You have to retrain your parent by reward and punishment, the same way you train a child. Set up clear guidelines of what you will and will not tolerate. Advise your parents what those guidelines are, and then be a strict enforcer. If they put one toe over the line, they must suffer the consequences. If you give them an inch, they will take a mile, and you will lose all the ground you have gained. And all your measured contact interactions should be on your terms. You control if they occur, where you want them to occur, and how long they will occur. The less time spent with your parent, the easier it is to control the outcome. Do not confront or criticize your parent. Just agree with everything they say without voicing an opinion, and then go and do things however you choose to do them. And do not let your narcissistic parent rely solely on you. Enlist the help of others. When talking to them, information should only be provided on a need-to-know basis. They may tell you everything, but you don't have to tell them everything. Just keep it generic. No matter what they say, do not let them see you react. If they're trying to provoke you and you feel like you might react, just say goodbye, and depending on the situation, either hang up the phone or just get up and leave. In many cases, the narcissistic parent will not stop the manipulations and abuse, no matter what you do. Measured contact becomes impossible. When parents continue bringing toxicity into your life, you must separate yourself and your family from it. Total estrangement is your only option. Total estrangement means no contact at all. That is where my sisters and I are with our narcissistic mother and enabling father, because our parents refuse to stop harassing us. We have had enough. Because of the intense therapy I submitted myself to, I was able to keep my parents in line with boundaries. But that is not something my sisters can effectively do. My sisters and I have united together. We are a force to be reckoned with. When our parents abuse one of us, we consider it done to all of us. No contact is the only option we have. The reality, tragic as it may seem, is that we never really had a mother and a father. We had a narcissist wearing a mother's suit and a father who was her puppet. All my sisters and I have ever been to our mother is narcissistic supply. My narcissistic mother has textbook narcissistic personality disorder. It is uncanny how well she fits the description, traits, and characteristics. She operated covertly, so it took my sisters and me over 40 years to figure out why we suffered the way we did. My mother brainwashed us into believing that she was a wonderful mother, and my father reinforced it. He really believed that she was, though he was brainwashed too. In a family situation where you have a narcissistic mother, you will also have an enabling father that facilitates her abuse. It is typical for narcissistic mothers to boast about being great mothers, but a narcissistic mother is not truly a mom. Children may believe she acts the way she does and treats them the way she does because there is something fundamentally wrong with them. But it's not the children causing the problem. It is the mother who makes them feel that way. Children are never allowed to be children. They are never allowed to be needy or imperfect. A maternal narcissist does not have children for the right reasons. She creates children so she can reproduce an image of herself. She has children to satisfy her needs. She has children to have constant adoration and attention. Children are nothing more than food for her ego. Everything is always about her and her needs, never about her children. The narcissistic mother does not really parent her children. She is a mother in name only. She pretends to be a mother by going through the motions of dealing with her children's physical needs, but she never attaches to them psychologically. Whatever she gives to her children is only given if it somehow benefits her. When her children do not meet her needs, she will withdraw her love. She steals her children's right to suffer. She cannot feel for her children when they are in pain. Their pain becomes her pain, and then she pretends to suffer for her child. But she only suffers for herself. I had a serious injury at 15 that left me depressed and very despondent. One day I was so depressed I could not stop crying. I mean, woefully crying. My mother told me she couldn't take it from me anymore, and she was going out. She left me to suffer on my own. When I confronted her about it in later years, she was insulted that I accused her of not caring. She said that she was very upset about what happened to me, that she lost sleep over it and still suffers to this day. She stole my pain and deprived me of the compassion I desperately needed from her. The narcissistic mother one-ups every problem you have. If you have a cold, she has the flu. If you have an injury, the pain you are having doesn't even come close to the pain she suffers every day. These mothers will also deny their children's right to be upset or depressed. Whenever my sisters and I would tell our mother we were sad or depressed, she would say, "Why are you depressed? You have nothing to be depressed about." The narcissistic mother sees no boundaries between you and her. What's yours is hers. Your accomplishments are only recognized if she can somehow take credit for them. If she can't steal your thunder, she will try to undermine your success by ignoring it, diminishing it, tarnishing it, insulting you about it, or preventing it from happening altogether. She may try to taint your success or accomplishments beforehand by creating drama with you right before it happens so you cannot enjoy yourself. Narcissistic mothers may fall into the category of either engulfing, ignoring, or a combination of both. She may flip-flop between the two, or she may engulf one child and ignore the other. In all cases, she lacks empathy toward her children. Lacking empathy is the hallmark of narcissism and at the root of all narcissistic behavior. They understand right from wrong, and they understand consequences. They are just callous and uncaring. The engulfing mother tries to dominate and control every aspect of her children's lives. She has no interest in their needs and desires. She dictates what they will wear, how they will feel, how they should act, and what they should say. She enmeshes and smothers her children, trying to prevent them from growing and developing into their own persons. This type of mother looks good to the outside world because she seems to be attentive. But she is not a good mother, nor is she attentive. She is disconnected from her children's emotional world. Ignoring mothers are also disconnected from their children's emotional world, but they make no attempt to hide that fact. It is the ultimate form of cruelty, rejection, and abandonment. They do not provide attention, support, or guidance to their children. Picture a small child running into her mother's arms and being turned away in disgust, or a child sent to school in dirty clothes, unfed. These mothers may forget to pick their children up when they are supposed to or show up late. They may leave their children in harm's way, such as alone with a known abuser or home alone at a young age. They may lock their children in closets or out of the house. In extreme cases, some ignoring mothers will not even care for their own babies. They will hire a nanny, send them to daycare, or pawn them off on a relative, friend, or neighbor. She may send them away to school and not allow them to come home for special occasions or holidays. In an article called The Legacy of Distorted Love, Recognizing, Understanding, and Overcoming the Debilitating Impact of Maternal Narcissism, written by Carol McBride, Ph.D., and published in the online magazine Psychology Today, Dr. McBride talks about the 6 faces of maternal narcissism. She identifies these faces as the flamboyant extrovert, the accomplishment-oriented, the psychosomatic, the addicted, the secretly mean, and the emotionally needy. A parent can be a mixture of these types, and often that is the case. She describes each one as follows. The flamboyant extrovert is the mother about whom movies are made. She's a public entertainer, loved by the masses, but secretly feared by her intimate house partners and children. She's the showbiz or stage mom and is all about performing. She's noticeably flashy, fun, and out there. Some love her, but you despise the masquerade she performs for the world. You know that you don't really matter to her and her show, except in how you make her look to the rest of the world. The secretly mean mother does not want others to know that she is abusive to her children. She will have a public self and a private self, which are quite different. These mothers can be kind and loving in public, but are abusive and cruel at home. The unpredictable, opposite messages to the children are crazy-making. The accomplishment-oriented. To the accomplishment-oriented mother, what you achieve in your life is paramount. Success depends on what you do, not who you are. This mom is about grades, best colleges, and pertinent degrees. But if you don't accomplish what she thinks you should, she is deeply embarrassed and may even respond with fury and rage. The psychosomatic uses illness and aches and pains to manipulate others, to get her way, and to focus attention on herself. She cares little for those around her. The way to get attention from this kind of mother is to take care of her. This kind of mother uses illness to escape from her own feelings or from having to deal with the difficulties of life. You can never be sicker than she is. She will up the ante. the addicted mother. The addicted mother is a parent with a substance abuse issue. They will always seem narcissistic because addiction will speak louder than anything else. Sometimes when the addict sobers up, the narcissism seems less, but not always. The bottle or drug of choice will always come before the child. The emotionally needy. While all narcissistic mothers are emotionally needy, this mother shows the characteristic more openly than others. This is the mother you have to emotionally take care of, which is a losing proposition to the child. The child's feelings are neglected, and the child is unlikely to receive the same nurturance that he or she is expected to provide for the parent. Okay, we are more than halfway through the show, so I'm going to take a brief break. I will continue this discussion immediately following the 1-minute musical interlude featuring the band Love Shadow's song, There's a Better Way. Enjoy, stay tuned, and I'll be right back. Welcome back to today's discussion, Narcissistic Personality Disorder, the Narcissistic Mother. I found the following quote on brashworld.blogspot.com in an article called Narcissism What? And I love it because it describes the narcissistic mother to a T. Here we go. Narcissistic mothers are like tornadoes. Wherever they touch down, families are torn apart and wounds are inflicted. Narcissistic mothers enjoy inflicting emotional pain on their children. They know the emotional sensitivities of their children and will use the weaknesses to their benefits. They watch their children's reactions and listen to what they say to accumulate a stockpile of hurtful information they can use against them whenever they want to manipulate them. Most narcissistic mothers do not physically abuse because they don't have to. They train their children to obey without ever having to lift a finger. They instill fear in them through the use of words, tone of voice, or a particular look. The benefit of using these methods is that the mother can never be confronted about her abuse. How do you accuse someone of looking at you a particular way or of using an inflection of their voice? These things are clearly deniable. Another control tactic used by narcissistic mothers and commonly used by anyone with this disorder is called gaslighting. This is an exceptionally infuriating tactic used to blur and invalidate her children's perceptions so they lose confidence in their memory, intuition, and ability to reason. These mothers will deny their children's memories of events or dismiss the importance of the memory. She will flat out deny that they ever happened and will never acknowledge the possibility that she does not remember. When confronted about one of these memories, she will tell the child that they don't know what they're talking about or that she has no idea what they're talking about. She'll say, You have a very vivid imagination. She tries to make you look crazy or will outright tell you that you are. She'll tell you that you are unstable, out of control, thoughtless, cruel, uncooperative, or oversensitive. She'll tell you that you are imagining things or that you are overreacting as you always do. She may even call you psychotic or insane. Then she will tell others about you in a way that makes her look concerned and at the same time absolves her of all responsibility. She portrays herself as a wounded victim. She tells others that she didn't do anything to elicit such a crazy response from you. She'll tell others that she has no idea why you were so angry with her. She'll say that she loves you and would do anything it takes to make you happy, but she just doesn't know what to do because you keep pushing her away. She may even suggest that you need mental help. The narcissistic mother must win at all cost. If you challenge her in a way she can't wiggle out of, she will resort to helplessness, drama, and tears. She'll lament, "I'm sorry that I am such a bad mother," or "I was only trying to help." My mother will say, "Forgive me, I don't know what I do, but sometimes I say things I don't mean." This method is used to deflect your anger and redirect the focus back to her. She turns things around and makes you look like the bad guy for hurting her. Then you may find yourself apologizing, trying to make her feel better, or reassuring her that she isn't a bad mother. She expects you to excuse her behavior and tell her she really is wonderful. She may use illness in the same way. She is thinking, "How dare you treat me that way when I don't feel well?" And your enabling father will outwardly blame you for upsetting her at a time like this. How can you do that to your wonderful mother? She may also make herself physically ill, so you will put everything aside and go to her. If you don't attend to her needs, you will look like a cold, heartless, selfish child to everyone who knows her. She puts you in a no-win situation. My mother always ends up sick or in the hospital when she thinks she is losing us. I don't fall for that one anymore. Maternal narcissists are drama queens. Whenever my mother wants attention, she cries, "I have no one." What that means is, my daughters aren't giving me what I need. We have tried countless times to give her what she needs, but she always rejects it. She has no one because she pushes us away. But we can't tell her that because she denies that we ever do anything for her. She always plays the martyr. Narcissistic mothers are sadistic emotional vampires. They will manipulate you and then feed off your pain. Upsetting their children and watching them suffer is entertainment to them. They outwardly delight in it. These mothers also get off on tragedy, but only if they can implement themselves into it some way and suffer by association. I think the reason my mother goes from funeral to funeral is that she wants to be seen there, not because she cared about the person who died, though she will tell you she cared deeply about them. Narcissistic mothers are self-absorbed. No matter how whimsical, trivial, or unimportant, her needs and wants trumps her children's. She may ask you how you are, barely listening to what you say, impatiently waiting to take the floor. Everything her children do is seen as a reflection on her. The smallest infraction can create rage in her. If others witness her children doing something wrong, she will sell them out, embarrass them in public. Yet her children's accomplishments somehow are seen as her accomplishments, but only if they serve her well. She credits her children's successes with her excellent parenting. She must be the center of attention at all times, no matter the problem or need. Her children's immediate attention is demanded. Many of these mothers insist that their children wait on them. My mother was a martyr. She liked to do everything herself and then complain about it. Some narcissistic mothers love to have company over so they can be the main attraction. Once again, I can reference my mother. We had guests visiting almost every weekend. She would cook for them and then sit down at the piano and show off for everyone. Every viciously cruel thing the narcissistic mother does flies just under the radar, and it is always deniable. Either no one witnesses it, or she does it in a way that no one else understands. It could just be a look or a voice inflection that lets you know she is less than pleased. She may criticize you in a way that sounds like concern. She may sabotage the things she knows you look forward to and then blame what she did on forgetfulness. She may deflate your good news by countering with something your brother or sister did better. She delivers backhanded insults that are deniable. If you tell her you are having trouble with someone, she will say something like, "Well, you are always hard to get along with," or "No one could ever put up with you," or "You were always difficult." Or she'll complain that no one cares about her when she knows darn well that she is referring to you and you are the only person in the room. Or she'll say, "Who didn't put the cap on the toothpaste?" when the toothpaste is clearly yours and it is in your personal bathroom. Oh, I'm sorry to say that we're out of time for today. I have much more on the mother, and then I'm going to go into talking about daughters of narcissistic mothers. So please tune in on Monday, May 6th, and listen to Episode 5, the final show of this series. And then the following day, I will be taking your calls and answering your questions. Please call in because I know that you have a lot to say and a lot to ask, and I really want to hear it. If you have any comments about today's show or any other shows, feel free to email me at afinetimeforhealing@randygfine.com. Stop by my website, randygfine.com. That's RANDIGFINE.com, and sign the guest book. I welcome feedback about my shows, so you can leave comments for me there as well. Please stop by to visit me on my Facebook page, Randi G. Fine, and like me. My page is filled with inspirational picture quotes that you can enjoy and share. And if you enjoy listening to my shows, please become a show follower. More followers will get this show the recognition that it deserves. Visit my blog at randygfine.com for even more inspiration and join the list of devoted followers there. All my shows are archived after broadcasting and can be listened to at your convenience on Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, or through the show links on my website. Thanks again for tuning in and listening to A Fine Time for Healing. This is talk radio show host and author Randi Fine, signing off until next time. May joy and serenity always be yours. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening. You can find out more about Randi at her website, randygfine, RANDIGFINE.com. Join her next time for more of A Fine Time for Healing.
Hard not to hesitate, but we can't wait to be